Hello everybody, this is Loki and welcome back to Phoenix Wright. So we're gonna go ahead and start on episode 4. There we go. The girl, let her go. Shut up. Come closer and I'll kill her. That's not good. Sorry. But you're not gonna get the chance. And the person fell. I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. After escaping Flawless and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain. Oh wow. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. Yeah, that was a whole year before me and I ever met. Huh. "6 years earlier." I like how every day the picture back there is different. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm gonna die. I should have never accepted this case. Oh, hi. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill anybody. Terry Falls. My first client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax them. Why did you escape anyways? I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill anybody. I never lied. I didn't escape from nowhere. But you did! But Mr. Flawless, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. By the way, I didn't do it. I never killed anybody. I'm sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? I'm really sorry. They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I'll tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony, and that's why I got the testimony. I swear, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. But then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. Hey, at least he admitted it. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He did meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive, it's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Huh. Oh, hey, I remember you. Isn't the guy with the thing on his eyes? And his hair is different? You're not gonna figure out the truth by staring at the guy. That's true. Why are you here? I came to see how your little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Drosberry? Huh, that old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching in an empty bottle, mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say. So, Diego, the finest attorney of the Bird Law offices here, but for me? No. You got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine. I'm escaped death row convict for the first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody, who I won't mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since beginning his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours, it's go time. Alright, I guess we're starting. A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Oh, that poor guy. Somebody must have, like, wronged him. That's probably it. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. I understand the lawyers on both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone talk about, eh? He sounds Canadian. Any Canadians out there? Can you confirm? If he is. We sound Canadian too, guys. They say you joined the prosecutor's office quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. You must be really smart to join up at 20. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia. You can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people ready to trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death. You got it, Ken. Well then, Mr. Edric, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony. Testimony Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim in the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered, so Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be exactly the victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Ah, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Ah, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Really? Huh? Yes. Quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. There, you haven't heard what the witnesses said yet. That's not how you run things here at trial, sir. Oh, now, wait a minute. That's not right. That's exactly what I was thinking. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure if I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edwards, please call your first witness. I call the detective who's been in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Witness, state your name and your occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am. You got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Man, if anyone says that to me, it would be a compliment. She should take it as a compliment, because she is really pretty. Excuse me? No, seriously. My heart, it's aching for you. Oh gosh! Gumshoe, not now. Now is not the time to be flirting with people, buddy. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. He's got one job. He's gotta be professional here, Gumshoe. Now, detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir. Right away. The victim is Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. That much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir. Gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area, here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim to his car. He recaptured a police checkpoint. He was trying to make his getaway, sir. I see. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. What if it soaked it up? That can happen, soaks it up. Mr. Edward, I warned you that despite contender, if there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they were even met there. Your Honor, if you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you, wagging your finger at me as though I was some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake, and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. Okay, let's get going here. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge and at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. A criminal stuffed her body into this trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at base of the mountain. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination coming right up. Hey, settle down there, Clinton. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, right? Especially for a beginner. I don't need to worry about me, I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner here. Huh. You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got, kitten. Alright. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember the court procedure videos you stayed up all night last night watching. Okay, let's see here. Let's see what I have to do. On the day of the incident. Okay, I have to do that for this. This unknown person. You have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne with the defendant, Terry Falls. Why did you just tell me? It's an unknown person. I was just going what you said. What was said right out of your mouth, Gumshoe. What? The defendant told her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, top secret memo that she left on her desk. According to this note, it seemed the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Huh. Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's the detective's fault. He's the one that said the unknown person. That's true. That's so true. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect them to be so sneaky. Okay, I have to do the fourth statement. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? He's so surprised. No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how anything he feels about anything? There's a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Gee, thank you for stating the obvious, Gumshoe. We could see that. We could see there's a body in there. We're not blind. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Huh. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here. You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Anyway, okay. Now hold it right there. What, this? What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I ever had to actually address something like that. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little Kenton, want a piece of my coffee candy? I would love some candy. Hand it over. Especially coffee. It's my favorite. Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective? Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said that there was nothing particular about it. Is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus the special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Yeah, where is it? Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Got him. Down in the chat. The caller told her to identify herself, so I suspect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching for so desperately for? Is this the one, perchance? Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made the decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, was he intentionally hiding the scarf the whole time? Sure sounds like it. The court will not accept the scarf into evidence. Okay, we're gonna do this, that. Now if the attorney for the defense has finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye? Boy, would I like to wrap the scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Everything's moving at his whim. Don't forget, Kenton, there's a reason why everyone considers this to the genius. A genius, huh? Let's see. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo accidentally taken by the witness shows the victim wearing the scarf. It was drizzling that day and unfortunately it was a little hard to see what was going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off. Look at this photo. You really get the sense that this bridge is really high up. It's about 40-foot drop from the bridge to Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. A potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. Person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we have no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think that's quite clear at that point on what happened at that bridge. The truth is becoming clear to me now. Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Again? Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean? Okay. Let's see here. I have to press on the fourth statement for this one. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Huh? Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tale and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. So any Canadian viewers out there, let me know if he really is that. I'd like to know. Huh. Save your nasty luck for the right person. Huh? Take a look. Poor baby. That court record seemed to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. The court record, huh? So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too, just generally soggy atmosphere. Really? Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with that soggy atmosphere. But this is the photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the condition at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there's nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Gusty bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I mean, just look at it. Look at that luxurious beard. Does it look very luxurious to you guys? I do admit the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet, not muddy. Fortunately, I have to yet to test that, but still, your point was well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? Can you prove it? The surface of the bridge? Huh. A real man went down for that taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proved the surface of the bridge was muddy. Here's the scarf. The evidence is the scarf. Huh. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell into the bridge and got this muddy, that means the bridge was obviously covered in mud. I can't be outwitted by this novice lady. Hey, same to you, buddy. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at the explanation in this case, maybe, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Huh. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim. Or the witness's testimony that stated that she saw the moment of the murder. It could be either one of those three. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence. It's one of those three. True, he has a point there. He has a good point. What you just said just now, I'm not sure I like. You don't like anything, do you? You don't like anything, do you, sir? That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. The court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know. Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip a false evidence into the court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as flimsy scam it really is. The false evidence in the case is the witness's testimony. It's a no-brainer. It's obviously the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claimed to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. Are you sure it's really the truth? That testimony is filled with holes. So basically it's Swiss cheese. Just imagine her saying, your testimony, Swiss cheese. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. Is that true? Huh. It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was truly just as a witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called him in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests the cross-examination of the witness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Please excuse me for trying to pronounce the word, guys. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. Yeah, you sure you are, buddy. Be prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at that time. What Mr. Edgeworth has said kind of worries me. What does he mean by brutal truth? Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. Prosecution summons the woman who saw the event the day with her very own eyes. Alright. Yeah, I'm able to save here. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it here for now. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button below. And subscribe for more videos to come. See you guys later. Bye, guys.